Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to show you a couple of new Easter themed products. Well, in fact, one of them is not even Easter themed, but I'm going to use it for that reason. This first one is called Floral Bunny Ears, and then this one is Floral Wreath. This one is a Paige Evans design, and it's quite large, so I actually decided to create some shaped cards with this. And to make it a bit more special, I'm going to add a bunch of layers of the die cut, and that set comes with the beautiful floral design and then a shadow die which I can use for my card base. Now I'm going to show you how I put together all the little bits and pieces from the floral bunny ears die set. So there are a few, well, some flowers, some berries, some leaves, and I try always to make them so that you have several layers, so you can add different colors. So for example, you have the leaves, and you can add a different color to the main part of the leaf, and then the stem is going to be a different color. Or if you don't want to do that, you don't add these details to it. But I just like that option to have multiple colors. And then there is this little butterfly that you can also add multiple colors to, but then the body I did not add as an extra color. I'm just going to keep the base there, and I'm adding an extra layer to my color cardstock, as you can see, to make it more dimensional, and even I'm adding a piece of foam tape here to the bigger part. That way it's a bit more dimensional. So I'm going to lift these up just so you see them a little bit more up close. And yeah, moving on to the first card. This is going to be actually just a normal standard A2 size card, not a shaped card, with the focusing on the bunny ears. And first of all, I'm going to show you how to put together the ears. Super simple, just 3 pieces, but I did I do want to mention that I did add 2 layers of heavyweight cardstock, so they are very sturdy, and now I'm adding some foam tape in between those 2 pieces, so there's a little bit of dimension, and that's it. And so this is going to be the main well, the focal point on this card. And for my sentiment, I'm using the Happy Easter die set from last year, and as always I prepare that the same way, so I'm not even putting it in my videos anymore, or maybe I did in one of the videos. I don't know. I'm probably not going in the same order as I prepare the projects, but I always add 2 layers of the base, well, like not the detail die cut, but the background, 2 layers of that, and then 1 layer of the outline, and then I add another layer from the whatever color I choose. In this case it was gold cardstock, so I'm adding that on top of the white outline layer. I don't inlay it, I onlay it, if that makes sense, so it's more dimensional. That's always how I prepare these sentiments. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to arrange my flowers, and once I settle on a design, I'm just starting to glue everything down with liquid glue, and I might add some foam tape to some of the flowers, if I remember correctly. I hope so. Yeah, sometimes arranging these things takes a while, but yeah, I'll get there, I promise. And I always use liquid glue for this, and you probably will notice in some of my videos, I'm tapping the extra or the excess glue on to a paper towel. These days I'm trying to create better habits. I always swiped it with my or on my hands or fingers, but it's a bit messy. So I'm just trying to put a paper towel next to me and swipe it off on that, especially when it's intricate die cuts, you know. I don't like all the leaking. For example, here on this one where I have a few layers, this is 3 layers of cardstock, and I'm actually only adding glue in the middle. And what I was trying to show here, because this shadow die is obviously not symmetrical, I cannot turn it around. So the back of my card is going to have those edges. I don't know how to explain this, but I think you will know what I mean. The backside of a die cut that is not so pretty. So what I did make sure to do was to use brand new cutting plates, so that my die cut was not all dented and cut up on the back, because it was going to be visible, right? I'm going to stamp my little well, I have this stamp. I don't even remember what it says. If maybe it says designed by Joke or something. So I'm going to stamp that, and I don't like when the back of my card is ugly. So yeah, new cutting plates. That's all I can do about it. And then I actually kept this wreath simple. First, because I wanted to save time. I did not want to do any inlaying, but then I changed my mind at the end and I anyway did that because I like it colorful. But it's such a pretty, like, lacy design. I think it looks so pretty even without any inlaying there, just from any color. I in fact wanted to do a tone on tone, so I wanted to use the same cardstock for the wreath as for the background, but then I had these 2 different craft cardstocks and they looked so nice, I think, mixed together. So I changed my mind and I created 2 cards instead. So I have you will see another one where the colors are the other way around. So the light one is in the background and the dark one is used for the wreath itself, and both of them will have bunny ears on them. They are just placed a little bit differently, and I'm using a different sentiment for the card. As you can see, I'm creating the bunny ears similarly to the first card, but obviously the arrangement is going to be different. It's going to be different every single time, you know, but unless you copy what you were doing before, but I wasn't looking at that. So I have a bunch of these Happy Easter fallout pieces from a previous project. So I am just going to add Easter, not even Happy Easter, because I don't have space for that, I think. And I was trying to figure out what color I want. It's not going to be super visible because of the design, the floral design under it, and these are skinny small letters, but I will add it anyway just so that there's something on it. It would be probably good to have a stamped sentiment strip, but again, I could not. Yeah, I will admit, you know, that I always I never lie. So I was just too lazy. I couldn't be bothered to look for a sentiment. I'm not even sure if I have an Easter sentiment, to be honest, that needs to be stamped. So I did not want to waste time on that. And I had these already die cut, so it was good enough for me. So with my white die cut here, I decided to go ahead and do an inlay to make a different card. And what I'm going to do is, first of all, I I just added one layer of that die cut first, and now I'm going to do the inlay. I did this by sections, and I do add the pieces right after die cutting so that I don't lose anything, and then I move on to the next section. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't have a lot of space on my desk, and even so I keep losing pieces, so this is the easiest that I find. So first section is done, and then I'm going to use liquid glue and place all the pieces that I die cut so far. And I started with the flowers first, and later I went on to the little berries, and then third was the green things, the greenery leaves and such. This actually goes really fast. I know it doesn't look like it, but it does. It's not a lot of pieces, and you can die cut quite a few together because there are green sections in between, so you can pretty much die cut all the flowers in two rounds, I think. And again, like, I mean, this is obviously sped up, but you can see that I do multiple petals at a time. I just add some glue, and then using my tweezers, I'm adding the little pieces. Obviously, some people just put the die above the die cut and then press the pieces in place, but for me this is easier. I see what I'm doing. I never managed to place them right if I just put the die over it, but also I did not want to lose all the other pieces that are in the die, so you know, I just wanted to be careful not lifting that up. And now the last one is the leaves, and then it's done. It really didn't take long. Obviously, this would probably not be something I would ever mass produce, but it's really not, it doesn't take long to create a few cards. And of course, if you just were to die cut the whole wreath from one color at a time, then you could actually create several of these cards at the same time. Just make sure that you have the base ready before you die cut the colors, so that you can just place them in the base as you go. So to add a little bit more to this, I actually die cut 2 extra layers, so it's super dimensional. I think it makes a difference. Even from this angle you can see. I really like that. And I always only add glue to the middle, or like the center of the flowers and the whole die cut, so there's a little bit of flow. It's not so flat, the whole thing, you know. There's a bit of lift on the petals, for example, or the ends of the leaves. It's also easier. I don't have to glue up the whole thing, you know. I don't have to add glue because by the time I would add glue to all of that, the first half would be already dry, because it's a very quick drying glue. So anyway, that's the card, and I hope I could give you some ideas. This is the second card with the bunny ears, and then here I used a different Happy Easter sentiment, and this is the first one that I added to the video as well, and then the A2 size card. I hope I could give you some ideas. I hope you like the products and the cards. Check out the other videos as well that are available on the channel today. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.